bring this regular board meeting of the Springfield Local School District to order. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Collins?
Here.
Mr. Dinkins?
Here.
Mr. Hofer?
Here.
Mrs. Dodson?
Here.
Mr. Hess?
Here.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item number 4, race to the top of the presentation. The presentation's by Wendy Bluey and Sean Morgan. Welcome.
Thank you so much. We have this divided into 4 sections. I have A and D. She has B and C, so you should be able to figure out who starts and finishes. Just kidding. Here we go. Here's what the transitions team did. That's part A. We met with Bill Burkett and discussed teacher evaluation progress at this point. We had also discussed that the Ohio improvement process would be completed and rolled out to the staff as of March. We also had noted that the teacher team members of the Race to the Top committee would be meeting with an OEA representative and talk about the scope of work and language concerning performance-based pay schedule. And we again reminded everybody that the minutes were going to be posted on the website, and we made arrangements and reminded everybody who would be here to present. And finally, what we had also done with the program monitoring was that the documentation would be submitted to ODE every month. So those are the things underneath the first heading of the transitions team, the actual members.
Okay, the first section I'm going to update you on is the standards and assessments, the curriculum area. We are in the very beginning stages of something called the Formative Assessment Instructional Practice, which is an online tool for gathering information, and it's using formal and informal ways that teachers can gather and respond to student learning. So it's going beyond just grading a paper and passing it back. It's actually responding to how they're doing. It's setting goals for each child, making sure they reach each goal, and then setting another goal. So it's continual movement for the children. And the next section is then using the data that we gather to improve instructions. And the principals have attended a training in linkage, which refers to any contributing professional that has anything to do with the learning of a student. They are all going to be held responsible, different percentages based on the time that they spend with each child in the learning environment. Back to you.
Back to me. Part D, great leaders and teachers in our evaluation system. What we had discussed was a RTI, response to instruction. There's going to be a systemic change across the entire district. And we talked about Karen Vucek coming in and helping us. She's a consultant with the ESC, as well as getting some training set up. And we discussed all of those parts during that meeting. We met twice, discussed teacher evaluations, look at the local districts' current evaluation system and what is in line, what is expected about the new system coming out, and we're apart right now. That's something that needs to be updated and changed, and I think everybody knows that one. And then also the teacher residency program was discussed, and master teacher licenses were discussed at that meeting as well. That's the Race to the Top update.
Any questions? Not too tough a question, promise.
Oh, I appreciate that.
When you guys get together, how often do you get together with other districts, or is it just within our district?
Just within our district.
Is there a
Yes.
time when you meet RTI with other districts and maybe discuss best practices that they're doing, you know, and their initiatives also, and what they've come up with? Is there ever a time where you guys do that with other districts?
Once you've started your scope of work, we have met one time at the end of last year where a bunch of districts were around, but it was really the consultants were there and kind of helped us with the direction we had decided to go.
Okay. So this program really is, when it gets in motion, it's really just driven district by district. There's not a lot of sharing of information with other districts, would you say?
Well, I think you can share,
Yeah.
if I can jump in, but I think
Right.
it's tailor-made for Springfield. That's what's nice about this, is you're able to use these funds for what's going to work for us, not what works for the district next door to us.
Right, okay.
It's for exactly what we need, what our kids need.
And the Schools That Work program, that kind of was more district sharing of information, if I remember correctly.
The high schools that work, there's a
Yes.
lot of different districts that are involved with that, and you kind of glean information from them, yes. Hmm? Any other questions? Because Wendy's ready.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, Schropp Intermediate School presentation.
We have Betty Kern, and I see Lisa Barden's in the back supporting Betty.
Okay, we just didn't know if anyone else was.
Betty's gonna talk for us.
Okay.
She's gonna update you.
I'm just gonna update you a little bit on some of the changes that we've been making with physical education at Schropp. And first, just to give you some fitness facts, whether you asked for them or not, I guess. Since 1980, the percentage of overweight and obese children for Schropp age has doubled, and for teenagers has tripled since 1980. With 1/3 of those children are overweight or obese. All children are overweight or obese. 60% of overweight kids have at least one risk factor for heart disease. So diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. This is shocking. 1 out of 3 kids born in the year 2000 or after will develop diabetes unless we do something to make a change with our kids at this point. Research, or the Surgeon General has said of the United States that if we don't do something to change what's happening in our country with our children, this might be the first generation of U.S. kids that don't outlive their parents. So if you haven't heard